Looking towards tomorrow. Very nice day, except down in the southeast. I will see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much indeed, Fred. I don't know, I feel quite depressed that the weather's broken here, but we've got something to cheer us up here. It's called Norfolk Punch, and it's a unique herbal drink once made by medieval monks. Charles Metcalfe has been to the beautiful East Anglian manor house, where it's now produced for export all around the world.
In the heart of the fenlands of Norfolk stands the little village of Upwell. Here, centuries ago, monks used to grow all sorts of herbs from which they made health-giving concoctions. In the last few years, these have been revived, and it's now made here in Well Manor Hall, and it's called Norfolk Punch.
Well Manor was given to the Ramsey Abbey Benedictine monks in 974. It was confirmed by royal charter by King Edgar. We've still got a copy of the charter, and they were here until 1539 when Henry VIII suppressed the Ramsey Abbey Benedictine monks. As I say, they've been here for nearly 600 years.
And do you really think that the document that you found, which forms the recipe for Norfolk Punch today, dates from that time, that long ago?
It dates actually earlier than that. We've got a Tudor copy of the medieval recipe, and of course the monks were the people who looked after all the medicines and everything in those days, and we've got what is known as a Book of Secrets, and in this there is the recipe for Norfolk Punch, and you probably know that it gets its name Punch from the fact it's made in a puncheon, which is an obsolete 80-gallon tank. And a Suffolk Punch, which is a horse, gets its name the same way, because it was as big as a puncheon.
There's a tremendous list of herbs that go into Norfolk Punch here. Fennel, feverfew, angelica, samphire, poppy, vervain, privet. Do they all have special qualities?
Oh, they do indeed. And I personally think that this was a medieval form of holistic medicine. You see, the monks treated the chemistry of the body and treated the body as a whole. And if your chemistry is balanced, then your body will fight its own battles. And this was why the monks made so many claims, medical claims for it. As you know, today we don't make any medical or curative claims for it.
Yes, some of the claims that you've got on your little pamphlet are absolutely fascinating. Do help consumption, old coughs, shortage of breath, and the megrim. Mightily expel the wind from those who suffer with it. That's possibly a mixed blessing. And the wonderful one here, resists witchcraft very potently, as also all the evils old Saturn can do to the body of a man. Do those kind of claims date from all those centuries ago, medieval times?
They're really 13th century. And the claims, the monks actually, their main claim was that it cleared the chest, settled the stomach, and uplifted the spirits. And it does all of that.
That's a pretty potent formula. How did you actually discover the recipe in the first place?
Well, after I'd retired, I found the recipe in this Book of Secrets, you know, associated with the papers of the house, and I made it up for charity, you know, for the local Christmas fete and the summer bazaar. And the demand was so great that I was persuaded to make it commercially. And we started literally in the kitchen sink with a funnel and a bottle and a jug. And today, just sort of a few years afterwards, we're employing over 50 people making it. And we made over 1.5 million bottles last year, and it's going out all over the world. And it's done it completely on its own merits, because we don't, you know, spread the word. People come to us about it.
Have you actually changed the recipe from that original one that you found in the Book of Secrets?
No, we make it as far as possible exactly as it was made in those days. The only thing is today that we have to buy in some of the herbs because, you know, with the quantity we produce, we can't do it all. We grow a number of them ourselves, and in every bottle goes some of our own herbs.
Back in those medieval times when it was first made, would it actually then have been alcoholic?
No, this is the old original Norfolk Punch, and it's completely free of alcohol. But this is the only non-alcoholic drink, excuse me, which will give you uplift, as much uplift as whiskey in actual fact. And the reason is because of the poppy. Now, this part of the world was known as Poppyland for centuries, and there's a lot of poppy in our Norfolk Punch. I hasten to add that it's the cornflower poppy and not the opium variety, but it has the same effect. It relaxes you. And you get all this uplift, and you can drink it without any of the ill effects of drink, obviously. But the monks, when they were suppressed in the, 1539, then herbs went into a decline because they were the natural people. And, of course, people tried to imitate the old drink, and they started adding alcohol, and this is how you get the modern version of punch with alcohol.
Drink, let the toast start. May young hearts never part. Drink, let every from our salute his sweetheart. Let's drink.
And that was Charles singing there. He's got a good voice now.
He's got a good voice,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, the roly-polies are back with us, raring to launch into their